Hello everyone, it's Runeterra 64, and welcome back to another League of Legends lore reading video. Today, we'll be reading the biography of Ornn, the forged god of the Freljord. Ornn is the Freljordian demigod of the forging and craftsmanship. He works in the solitude of a massive smithy hammered out from the lava caverns beneath the volcano Hearthhome. There, he stokes bubbling cauldrons of molten rock, purify ores, and fashion items of unsurpassed quality. When other deities, especially the Volibear, walk the earth and meddle with mortal affairs, Ornn arises to put these impetuous beings back in their place, either with his trusty hammer or the fury power of the mountains themselves. For he, the forge god, has said enough. Ornn's name was once spoken throughout the lands that would one day become known as the Freljord. It was widely held that he was the firstborn of the demigod, who had shaped the land itself and brought forth the first snows. More than any other of its kind, Ornn was said to value privacy, solitude, and focus. Beneath a dormant volcano that bore scars from some ancient eruption, he labored day and night, forging whatever his heart has desired. The results were priceless tools, destined for feat of legends. The lucky few who have stumbled upon these relics note their bewilderingly high quality. Some even claim that Brahms' shield was made by Ornn 1,000 years ago, and remains as sturdy as the day it was finished. No one can be sure, however, for none can find the forged god to ask him. Almost all tales of Ornn's deeds and accomplishments have been exorcised from history by his enemies, and the slow march of time. The few that remained are remembered by the handful of tribes who can trace their lineage back to a single culture of blacksmiths, architects, and brewmasters. This long-lost populace was once known as the Hearthblood, apprentices who journeyed from all corners of Valoran and gathered on the slopes of Hearthhome to follow the example of the Forge God. Despite this imitative form of worship, Ornn never considered himself their patron. He would only give them curt nods or frowns when they offered up their work. And yet, the Hearthblood accepted this and were determined to hone their skills. As a result, they came to create the finest tools, design the sturdiest structures, and brew the tastiest ales the world had ever beheld. They believed Ornn secretly approved of their perseverance, and the fact that they were always looking to better themselves in their crafts. But in one catastrophic night, all of Hearthblood had accomplished was destroyed when Ornn battled with his brother the Volibear at the mountain's peak. For reasons no mortal could comprehend, the resilient cataclysm was a storm of fire and ash, and lightning so intensely violent that it was seen 10 horizons away. When the dust was settled, Hearthhome was a smoldering caldera, and the Hearthblood were reduced to scattered bones and cinders. Though he would never admit it, Ornn was devastated. Through the Hearthblood, he had glimpsed the sweeping potential of mortal life, only to see it all lost beneath the indiscriminate wrath of his immortal struggle. Wrecked with guilt, he retreated into the isolation of his foundry and buried himself in his work for an age. Now perhaps he senses that the world is on the cusp of a new era. Some of his siblings appear to have taken physical form once more, their cults of followers growing relentless and aggressive. The Freljord itself is fractured and leaderless, and ancient horrors are lurking in the shadows, waiting for any opportunity to strike. In the wars to come, and in their aftermath, Ornn knows that the Freljord and the rest of Runeterra will be having the need of a good blacksmith. Nevertheless, they will need the Forge God.